and the details of my future were still a mystery, I remembered the doubts. I was preparing to leave for 2 years, practically disappearing from the lives of family and friends. As the final goodbyes neared, the sense of loss hung in the air around us. I was going to miss my little sister's high school graduation, my little brother's college graduation, and on top of that, I was going to miss my older sister's entire pregnancy and the birth of my very first niece. As other friends got jobs, got married, furthered their education, and created stability in their lives, I was choosing to stir up the pot a little bit more. With these doubts looming over all of us, my family dreaded the day of my departure. But I nonetheless felt a bubbling sense of adventure and a growing sense of peace. I knew that I was following a deeper calling and a deeper sense of purpose. Soon I would be on my own, out in the real world, applying theories of community development to real-world problems, putting my faith into action. In that waiting period, the anticipation and the readiness that I felt to go out into the world was almost unbearable. It seemed like eternity before I finally set my feet on Peruvian soil. I devoured those first moments, days, and weeks in Chimbote, eager to be the perfect volunteer. I sought to make profound observations in casual conversations with taxi drivers and merchants in the market. I looked for opportunities to stay after Mass and listen to older parishioners reminisce about years past. I entertained fantasies of finally being that one volunteer tutor who would turn the most difficult child's life around and inspire him or her to love learning. I remember one of my early inspirations: to reach out to a somewhat neglected chapel on the outskirts of our parish territory, where fields of corn, rice, and sugarcane met the last row of boarded-up cement houses. The neighborhood was called Santo Domingo, and many warned me that it was dangerous, though I always walked and never had felt threatened. My ministry started by befriending Senora Flor, the youngest of the 15 or so regular mass-goers at the chapel, and a former catechist, having all but given up hope for the children of Santo Domingo. But she saw my presence as an opportunity to spark new interest in the chapel. Together, we decided to go door to door and gather up the youth in the neighborhood, who over the past 5 years had received their sacraments and then disappeared. It was a bold project, but I was confident that in no time we would be organizing group outings, planting a community garden, and giving the Sunday liturgies a youthful revival. It didn't take long, though, before I realized that I had overestimated our influence. The kids' attendance became worse spotty, and the 2 youth leaders I was informally training got busy with other things. And it wasn't just my involvement in the chapel that seemed to be suffering. Other responsibilities were also feeling heavier and not effective. The 2-year mission became harder than I suspected, precisely because it was 2 years long. As I settled in, it felt less like an adventure to change the world and more like ordinary life, complicated, frustrating, and slow-moving. I'm well aware, graduates, that your road is not my road, and your future is perfectly unique and different from mine. It's possible, though, that you'll hit a few snags, and at times, maybe even lose interest in what you're doing. But that's not the end of the story. Our activities in the chapel never quite reached the initial vision I had, but we did do something. Within that something, I learned to value small successes, like the growing sense of camaraderie that developed among the 8 to 16-year-old kids who attended catechesis, and the insightful remarks made by even the youngest in the group about how the 10 Commandments can really be meaningful in their lives, and the fact that we all, even the 16-year-olds, came to love icebreakers and the opportunity to be silly together. Through the entire process of ups and downs, and improvisations, and frustrations, and cancellations, and exhaustion, and laughter, God was present in my life through many people. My family, my volunteer community, and my Peruvian community. Thanks to so many daily encounters with God in these relationships, I was able to maintain a sense of mission, even when my work seemed mundane and ordinary. Senora Flor, the youth leaders, the children who came to the summer program and catechesis, and myself, we became a sort of community, and we built relationships based on the day in and day out of real life, learning together how to live out a vision of Catholic community in our specific time and place. And even if our concrete accomplishments don't seem to show it, I still carry a bit of their story, and they carry a bit of mine. Graduates and future volunteers, this story is not meant to be held only by us, but to be shared. That's where your parents and family come in. Parents, perhaps the crazy decision of your son or daughter to choose service over graduate school, a job, marriage, or something else still doesn't make sense to you. And there really is no rational explanation. For you, parents, all I can say is, have faith. Yours is not an easy road to walk, and my parents will be the first to tell you that. But the world really isn't that big. Be part of the adventure. Visit, or if you can't go visit, call, write, or email. Ask your son or daughter questions about his or her new life, and don't stop asking questions. I know that my life in Peru became much more meaningful for my parents when they were able to become a part of it. At first through phone calls and blogs, but ultimately by coming to Chipotle, walking the same dusty sidewalks that I walked, tasting the same delicious foods that I ate, and greeting the same neighbors and friends that I came to call family. And it is precisely in this sharing that we can come to appreciate with fresh eyes the beauty and the mystery of ordinary life. Finally, I think it can be comforting both to those of you who will be volunteering and to the parents and families supporting you to know that you are not alone in what you do. After all, at the end of the day, it is not we who choose this path. It is God who chooses us to go and bear fruit. This call to service that you have felt has been shared by me, by hundreds of other great graduates, and by thousands of people around the world. It is a mission greater than ourselves, offering fruits far beyond what we can see with our eyes. And I trust that to be true even in my own experience. So graduates, whatever your doubts, trust that you are on a mission and you will never be alone. Your family, your friends, and your home and destination communities will be with you. Let them accompany you on this journey so that you may witness the mystery, the beauty, and the adventure of each ordinary moment that you experience.